Hey Seeker, welcome to the Awakening Her podcast. I am so grateful that you've been led here, and I'm excited for you that you're answering the call to manifest more magic in your life by mastering the law of attraction. So cool. My name is Talia, and I'm committed to cutting the fluff and showing you exactly how to manifest more excitement, ease, success, abundance, confidence, love, and anything else you've been craving. So if you're ready to crack the code on manifestation, amplify your intuition, and play in the quantum, we are now besties. Let's do this. Hello, Seeker. Welcome back to the Awakening Her podcast. Yay, we are back. I'm so excited. So happy to see you again, my love. And if you are new to the show, it is so nice to finally meet you. Welcome to the show. My name is Talia Joy. We talk all about manifestation over here. I am an intuitive, a channel, a manifestation mentor, a spiritual guide, helping you to create the life that you are meant for, abundance-wise, freedom-wise, soul purpose-wise, expression, all of it. We are here to live a miraculous life, and I know that you are here to live a miraculous life, or else you wouldn't be here listening to this show. That's the way it works. So welcome, my love. Today we are talking about 3 things that you need, or that manifestation needs, in order for it to happen. 3 things that you need to do, 3 different components of manifestation that you need to bring together in order for something to materialize, in order for you to create those changes, to start experiencing more magic, more abundance, whatever it is that you have on your mind. So I am really excited. You guys tend to love, and I'd love to hear feedback. Come find me on Instagram at Talia Joy Manifestation, or the link is below. Come find me there. Let me know. But I've had a lot of feedback on the positive side, gratefully, about the episodes that's like 5 things or 3 things or whatever, because it really, brings it home. And I've heard a lot of feedback about how you guys love that. If you do, keep letting me know, because I love to do these episodes too. It's really fun. So that's what we're doing today, talking about the 3 things you need in order to manifest. And before we lock into that and the content for today, I wanted to remind you or share with you about the 5-day Abundant AF challenge coming up March 1st to 5th. We are activating your ability to manifest cash, wealth, abundance, money, and it's going to be so good. So each day, all you're doing is pressing play. You're going to hear the practice. You're going to hear the content, the channeled material, the message for the day, along with an energy activation right on the spot. And they're all sort of around 20 minutes. Some are a bit less, some are a minute or 2 more, but really making it easy for you to do in your day. Just press play day by day and open yourself up to the ability to manifest more money. I'm so excited. So if you want to join that challenge, it is happening over on the Path. Normally, a challenge like this would be much more expensive on its own, but if you want to join in this challenge, you can join on the Path for, at this time, $27. It's $27 a month, and you can cancel at any time if it doesn't resonate with you. So you can join us on the challenge, binge the content over there, and really start to manifest more. So if you want to join Abundant AF, the challenge, join on the Path. The link is right below. It is a private podcast community with my entire methodology, weekly episodes, deep dives, trainings. Every week you're getting a new practice to bring into your life. It is simply the place to be on this awakening, transformation, and manifestation journey so that you stay on the path, quote unquote, doing the work, moving yourself forward. It is so good, and I can't wait to see you over there. Okay, so let's dive into today's content. We are talking about 3 things that manifestation absolutely requires. And these are in no order of importance because they all split it up. It's 33.333 repeater percent that each of these are making up of the manifestation process. I have a way of overcomplicating things. All of these 3 aspects are equally as important on the journey, is what I'm trying to say. So the first one is mindset. And of course, you have heard mindset. You have to have a powerful mindset or a positive mindset. So we're going to break away from just all the shit you've heard Some may overlap with what I'm going to say today, but let's just wipe the slate clean, because sometimes it's like, your own oxygen mask, where we say these things that they become so, what is it, like cliche, that we don't really take it in. So we're going to wipe what you already have heard about yes mindset, and we're going to really look at having a manifestation mindset. So that is, the work you've been doing, the journey you've been on in this awakening, growth, healing, transformation journey you've already been on, and just really incrementally moving toward a rock solid mindset that my life is working out for me, that every day I am moving forward toward my goals, learning to see and perceive results already in your life. So starting to see life through the lens of life is magical. This is working out for me. I can already see evidence of my success, of my forward momentum. It's starting to really look at the pluses more than the minuses, and focusing on what you do have rather than what you don't, or focusing on your dreams and your goals and how it's going to feel, rather than focusing on being stuck and not being where you think you should be. And I just want to say, all those things in our mind, like I'm not where I should be, or it's too late for me, or I can't, I don't know how, those are all just very normal things. So number one, it doesn't make you bad or broken if you think like that, or if your mind goes that way. That means you're human. Congratulations, you're part human, part human. And it's totally normal. And if we want to ascend in this lifetime, if we want to transcend our suffering, if we want to move into overflowing abundance and a life of freedom and fulfilling your dreams, actually truly doing that in this lifetime, it starts in your mind, because your mind forms the lens in which you perceive your reality. And what you perceive is always what you receive. And I've used this example a lot, but if I was convinced that nobody could be, no man can be faithful, and everywhere I go, I'm going to start to see evidence of that. My brain's going to pick up on that friend and their marriage crumbled, or that TV show where there's cheating. It's where our brain goes. It's inevitable. In fact, it's so funny with law of attraction in conjunction with the brain, like the reticular activating system, and how it filters out what it deems as not important in our brain, so that we only do perceive what the brain deems as important. Anyway, my husband was standing in the kitchen yesterday, and he's talking to me about how he booked dentist appointments for all of us, and he's telling me the dates and stuff. And I look outside, and through the window out to our garden, there's this huge stump, and it's always been there. We've lived here for 3 to 4 years, and it's always been there. And I looked out, and the stump is this huge tooth. Like, it's crazy. It's like, I think it's driftwood, but it's huge. So it's got like this curve, and it looked like a giant tooth. As he's talking about the dentist, I'm thinking, I've looked at that stump 1 million times. I've never seen a tooth. But now that we're talking about the dentist, I see a tooth. It's hilarious. That's such a small example, but that's how our brain works. It picks out what it feels is true. So as long as you're in the mindset that you can't, or that you don't have the quote unquote willpower, or that it's outside your league, only fancier people get rich, or whatever else you've got going on in there, as long as that's dominating, you will not manifest. So we really do need to come back to the mindset and really realizing, and I like to connect with spirit around this. It could be your highest self, your future self, your angels, really, believing in a better tomorrow, believing in your ability to make change in your life. Because at the end of the day, if you don't believe that for yourself, nobody else can make you believe that. I like to think of the example with my body. When I got together with my husband, I was very, tail end of the eating disorder. So I did not love my body. I was very insecure, and he loved me, and he would say I was beautiful, or he loved my body. And I just didn't believe him. And he would be like obsessed in a healthy way, hands all over each other. And he would always tell me all these things. It would not get in, because it didn't go with what I thought of my body, which is that, I wanted to change it. It was too this, it was not enough that. And no matter how much he loved me, or put his hands all over me, or gave me compliments, I wouldn't be able to take it in. Now I believe him when he says that. Keep in mind, now we're like 2 kids more or like 3 kids deep. My body's changed, I've grown and all that stuff, or aged, or whatever you want to say. But I love myself now. So when he says I have a beautiful body, I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, look at this thing. It's got me around, and, flaunt what you got. And I'm much more in a positive space. So this is just evidence that what you believe in your mind, nobody can come and change that for you. You can listen to Tony Robbins, you can listen to Joe Dispenza, you can do meditations, but at the end of the day, if you're not making that effort to switch your mindset from I can't to I will, I can, I'll figure out a way, or from the universe doesn't seem to respond to me into let's learn more about how I can connect deeper, how manifestation works, how building a business works. I am open and ready to learn. You need to get into that mindset if you're not already. And then to take that even further, to be even more magnetic, it's looking through the lens of blessings, looking through the lens of things are working out for me. Guidance is coming. Guidance is on the way. I'm going to act on my intuition. I'm going to move myself in that direction, even if it takes sometimes effort, money, uncomfortable conversations, whatever it is. I'm going to do what it takes to move myself forward. I am not stuck. I don't have to stay here. I am open and ready to learn. I am open and ready to move forward. That starts in your mind. So start looking at the bright side. Start looking at how far you've come. I call this the evidence of success tool over on the path. You guys have an episode about this, the evidence of success tool, where we look at, holy crap, I have overcome a lot. I have moved forward. There's things that you used to struggle with that you don't struggle with anymore. Sink into that. Look at how far you've come over where you're not or what is lacking. That in itself is a lifetime practice, but that changes. You can't do that work and not start manifesting miraculous things. They go hand in hand. So the second part, the first one is a mindset. The second one is your energy. And this again is something we cannot bypass. We cannot write down enough things to override a shitty, pessimistic outlook, for lack of better words. Because I've been there. I've totally been in that place where I really wanted something, but I was sour and I was bitter, and I had to check myself eventually because I had to realize that the universe can't out-energy me. So Abraham talks about how your guides or the universe or whatever can't come down to you. You have to raise up to it. And that's what I see as well, is yes, there's times in a life-changing situation where your guides could bust through and whisper something in your ear. You could have a message. But in general, your manifestations can't come to you. It's the law of vibration. It can't come to you. You have to raise up to it. So kind of like the mindset, whatever way you go about it, you have to find a way in which you are starting to feel better. So if you're in a rock bottom type place or feeling really low, it can be as simple as taking more baths or going outside and taking a deep breath, starting to get back into exercise, even lightly. Maybe it's hanging out with friends that make you feel seen or heard or that make you laugh. Maybe it's taking a new class, something to kind of push in, like inject a little bit of like pleasure into your life. Maybe it's taking yourself out for a beautiful meal or sharing what's going on with a friend. It can be small things, but we need to get our energy incrementally back up into a better feeling place. So if you're not in a rock bottom, if you're feeling really good in your life, if you're anywhere from feeling pretty good to like fucking rocking it, this is where we start to really explode our energy and start to get more like I can feel my manifestations. And this is where optimism is not just optimism, like you fucking know this is happening and your energy starts expanding. And this is where, dance around more, run around, exercise, get your energy up there, not 24/7. You're allowed your downtime. You're not expected to be in a good mood all the time. But the truth is the law of attraction, the law of vibration, what you put out is what you will receive. So maybe taking a 10 or 15 or half an hour, walk every day really elevates your mood. Maybe it's hiring a coach, a mentor, a therapist. Maybe it's those dance classes that just make you feel good, but maybe you got in your head and you're like, I'm not very good. Go back, go do things that bring you pleasure. I dance around my office every single day. My office is also my Zen space and my meditation space. And I dance around every day. Why? Because it makes me feel good. because I love it, because why the fuck not? So sometimes, wherever you're at in the journey, getting your energy up there, we can always do more. We can always feel that sense of excitement, of happy anticipation of our goals. Maybe it's through reading a certain author or listening to certain material, podcasts, music that just really uplifts you. When I get really focused on a next goal, when it feels big, when it feels exciting, and I realize I need to up my vibe, I just double down on all these things I'm talking about. I'll dance a little bit more. I'll make a point to be on the lighter side, rocking the mindset as best as I can. I'm going for a few extra walks, and some of these are 10 minutes, but that's the point, is it injects good feelings into your life. So really increasing the pleasure, this is your energy. So all around starting to raise your vibration. And this is the place when, if you have persistent nagging narratives about yourself, about your life, which again, we all do. We've all been through shit. We all have ego and shadow and inner child. We all are made of these things. But if you are having those persistent looping patterns, this is the time, this is the sign that it's time to really dissolve what's in your way, to learn what it means to truly heal, to move through. Because the thing that Source shows me is that we are the deliberate creator. We are the universe. We are God embodied. As I was saying a minute ago, we have so much control and influence over our lives that anything we've learned that goes against that says, I can't, I'm not strong enough, I'm not lovable, the things that weigh us down are things that are waiting to be moved through. And I'm just talking very broadly, very generally. I know that some of you have been through really horrific shit, and it was never your fault. It was never deserved. And that's even more of the reason to heal, because this isn't your burden to carry. It wasn't your fault. And anything you learned about yourself, other than you're a magical fucking human being that is amazing with a sparkle that could change the world, anything other than that needs to be looked at if you want to manifest big levels, because that's not actually true. The part of you that says you're not smart enough, or that you can't, or that it's too hard, it's not ultimately true. Yes, self-growth can be uncomfortable, but it is so worth it when you're living your dreams. It's so worth it on the other side of feeling more free in your life, of manifesting more money, feeling fulfilled, having community and a partner and whatever else you want. It's so worth it. So all in all, this isn't a healing talk, but it's talking about your energy has to match what you want. And sometimes we try to bypass that and be like, well, maybe I can just do this hypnosis thing and not have to work on my energy. But you will. You'll keep coming through looping patterns enough times that you go, fuck it. Okay, fine. I'm willing to do the energy stuff, because it is law. It is the law of vibration. It is the law of attraction, and no amount of fancy journal prompts can get around the law. So as I said a minute ago, one of the easiest ways, instead of thinking you have to heal everything, that you have to go through all of your stuff right now, one of the easiest ways is just start to do things that feel good. Little things, big things. On the way home, drive by the lake and jump in. Not if it's the weather that it is right now, because we're in very late winter, early spring here, and it's freezing. But anyways, go for a walk in the mountains, eat a yummy dish of food, watch a funny movie, relax, bring pleasure into your life. What do you enjoy doing? What fills your cup? What replenishes your life force? Do more of that, and your energy will naturally raise. So the second thing is the energy. You cannot bypass that. So first is mindset, second is energy, and the third is devotion. And this word, if this gives you cringes, stay with me for a minute. This word has unfurled in me, for lack of better words, in the last few months. I feel like I'd never really thought about the word devotion, certainly didn't use it, maybe ever, until a few months ago when I started hearing Source, as I started doubling down on my own self-care practices, manifestation practices, as far as my energy, committing to myself in a new level, really practicing. I realized that energy is not discipline, and it's not motivation. And it's not even consistency. It is devotion. And I don't mean this in any kind of religious text or way, connotation. It's not about religion devotion. It's not about tithing or whatever. This is about you choosing to be devoted to what is important to you. If you want those goals and dreams, if you want what you have on your mind's eye, what you have on your heart, if you truly want to manifest that, you have to become devoted to creating that life. You have to be willing to be devoted, to show up. And I know a large part of you already is. You do this work. You are committed to your growth. But I just want to say that when we're looking for that next level, when we're looking to double our results, it involves doubling down on our devotion. So for you, that might be more meditation, more self-care, more boundaries. It might be more journaling or more meditating or more kundalini or more, visualizing. Doubling down on your devotion is really looking at all aspects of your goal and just really asking yourself, like, what can I do to continue moving forward? That is devotion. Devotion is an energy, but it creates physical actions. If you were devoted to your health, what's a small step you would take? If you were devoted to the success of your business, not maybe it's going to work, not hopefully if, I got to find the right thing. If you were devoted to success, what would you do? If you were devoted to manifesting, what would you do? And again, there's probably already things that you're doing, but thinking about it like devotion. To me, devotion isn't coming and going. To me, motivation or willpower is like right built into the word, feels like this massive up and down, because motivation, I got really motivated and then I really wasn't motivated. I got to find the motivation to do this. Like you're going to find it like stuffed into the back of the couch. Like it's not like that. It's not motivation. It's not, I got to have the willpower. It's devotion. When you declare and decide what you can do right now on the spot, you can say to yourself, I am devoted to living my best fucking life. I am devoted to cultivating overflowing abundance. I am devoted to myself, to my growth, to my awakening. That right there starts to flood in ideas and intuition for what that actually physically looks like. And I want to just remind you that when we are devoted, it's not all about like spending money or like, I would hire a coach, but I can't. If I was really devoted, I'd do this every day, but I can't. We got to actually start with you in your real life right now. What can you do? What can you invest? Where can you put focus on what you desire? Devotion is more about showing up for yourself, showing up on your mat, metaphorically or physically, showing up for your inner guide, your intuition, being devoted to your goals. If you're devoted to success in an online business, that will get you to like be posting every day in good energy because you're devoted to your success versus I got to get the motivation to do it. That just sounds like such a scratchy energy of like, it feels like a scratchy sweater wrapped around my neck, like bleh, motivated. It just reminds me of like the dieting and the eating disorder. And I got to work out this many times, but we're not doing that anymore. It's not rigid and structured. If you rock a plan and that makes you feel awesome, then please rock a plan. But what I mean by this is when you're devoted, you pull that energy from within you. You dig deep, you reach down, and you decide, am I devoted or am I not? Am I going to create a new tomorrow or am I not? And if I say yeah, what is the smallest thing, the soonest thing, the thing I could do right now because I'm devoted to my health, to abundance, to the best fucking life possible? So I urge you to find, if that word really doesn't work, find the word that works for you, but start really getting in the energy of devotion. I am devoted to my manifestations. Because backing on the last few episodes, there's been topics, we've been talking about how it's not a vending machine universe, how the universe doesn't just do 100% of the work for you. You have to do it because ultimately the universe and this life and law of attraction responds to you. So you have to take the first steps and it matches you. So when you decide, fuck it, nobody's coming on a silver horse to drop all of my money at the end of my driveway. I actually have to be a willing participant in this. I have to do my part. So what could I do in the energy of devotion? So in order to fully manifest something, You need to have the mindset of, I can frickin' do this. This is meant for me. My success is inevitable. Look at how far I've come. Life is tilted in my favor. That mindset will take you to the moon. We pair that with the energy because physics. We literally can't create something from an energy that we are not. So we have to incrementally upgrade our pleasure, our vibe, our overall well-being, which comes with the mindset. These all work together. Remember 33 and 333 repeater? They're all equally as important. So you have to get that energy up there. And that is when, if you really don't feel a match, get yourself in the room. Work with somebody, go to a class, do something, because you know that energy of like group energy, or if you go to a seminar, if you work with a mentor, if you join a program or something where you are really devoted, it sweeps you up and refreshes your energy, and you get activated by those other people that are teaching or saying, you can do this, or look what I've overcome. Get yourself there. Whatever you need to do, make it your full-time job to ask yourself, how can I incrementally upgrade my energy and get in the arena, get into that belief, get into that higher vibe about it. And then the third is devotion. Your manifestation goal needs nurturing. So I want you to think about it like a plant like a seed that you plant. And then the universe, basically nature, takes care of it for the most part, but you might need to, come by, check on it. We need to make sure that it's getting watered. We need to make sure that it's getting sunlight. We need to be nurturing it so it has the best environment, and then freaking nature takes over. It's beautiful, right? Everything starts germinating, sprouts start sprouting, and before long, there's fruit or beans or peas or flowers or whatever's on there, and your manifestation will come. But that devotion is that watering the soil. It is the tending to. It's pulling the weeds that are going to suffocate it if we don't clear, right? So it's gentle. We don't need to overhaul. Actually, once the seed's planted, mostly just chill, just stay there, right? Trust that the sunlight's coming, but we will need to tend to it little by little, which is that devotion. And if every day you show up and you are devoted to your goals, and while you're doing yoga, you're like, this is helping me to manifest. Or while you're taking action, while you're putting yourself in the arena, while you're reading books, joining challenges, really making sure you move forward, there is no other option but for you to move forward. And then these all intertwine. The mindset helps you show up for the devotion. The devotion helps you physically attract. The energy is the raising of the vibe, makes you also physically attracting more of what you want, feeling better, fueling the mindset, and it becomes this beautiful, I was going to say orgy, this beautiful trifecta. Let's say that, it's much more pleasant. This beautiful trifecta. Okay, let's face it, it's an orgy. This beautiful orgy of manifestations. Okay, you did come to the Talia show, which you never know what you're going to get. Yes, but these are the three things. And I want you to think right now as we wrap up this episode, what parts stuck out to you the most? What came up within you while I was saying these? Where do you feel like you can adjust your mindset into one that aligns with your goals a bit more, your energy? Maybe it's the devotion piece. Just start where you are with what you have. Start here, stretch yourself, commit even more, and then the law of attraction starts to take over. We get synchronistic blessings that come into our life. We start seeing angel numbers, an opportunity pops out of nowhere. The magic really does pick up. Just like in the garden, all of a sudden one day there's a flower and you're like, whoa, I didn't do that. It will start flowering, but you have to nurture it in the beginning. We have to have fertile soil for it all to come together, and trust in the process. It's happening. So my love, I hope that this served you. I hope inside you really take a moment to see where you can move forward, because as we incrementally move forward, we start manifesting more, and it's a beautiful thing that really truly does shift our life. So I hope this served you today. I cannot wait to see you in Abundant AF, the challenge, as well as in the next episode. I'll see you there. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I truly hope that it served you and helped to move the needle forward in your life. So before you go, I want to ask if you are looking for some new practices, if you need a little meditation for some stress, or you're looking to get unblocked. If this is you, I want to invite you into the Freebie Library. Yes, it's free. It contains an Awakening Her daily practice, a meditation for stress, a guide to help get unblocked, as well as a scripting manifestation exercise to use the power of the quantum to literally script out your future. So if you're looking to get a little bit more mojo in your manifestations, I welcome you into the Freebie Library. It's going to help to move you forward and give you some extra tools in your tool belt. So check the links below and dive in now.